Welcome back, horror fans. My name's Adam.
And I'm Zoe.
And let's get ready to play Saw Trivia. I'm going to give you guys a chance to answer the questions before Zoe does. I'm going to be asking her the trivia questions. So she's going to be playing in the actual show, and you guys are going to be playing at home. So no cheating. All right, let's answer.
I can't cheat. I don't know.
You can't cheat. You don't know the questions,
yet.
but you guys at home, you can pause the video, pick an answer. It's going to be multiple choice. All right, and it's the first episode, so we're going to
multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
You're making it easy for me.
We're going to be real easy. All right. So question 1 is: who is the actor that portrays the character Mark Hoffman in the Saw series? Is it A. Tobin Bell, B. Shawnee Smith, C. Costas Mandylor, or D. Carrie Elways? And you guys can stop if you need time to answer it.
I wonder who it could be, honestly.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
This is a tough starting question, all right? Give you some false confidence.
I don't even remember what letter he was, but it's Costas Mandylor.
We're locking in Costas Mandylor.
Costas Mandylor for the win.
And of course it is C. Costas Mandylor. Okay, so nice and easy. We know how this game works now. It's very straightforward,
Perfect.
all right?
Yeah,
which is
sounds
great.
good.
So that's question 1 down.
Seems like I'm going to crush this game.
All right. This is, all right, we're 1 point in. That's a good start. Off to a great start. Question 2. Which Saw film had the higher worldwide box office receipts? Okay. A. Saw 3. B. Jigsaw. C. Saw 6. Or D. Saw 1, the first Saw. You want to hear those options again?
I have no idea.
You can think this one through, all right?
It's not Jigsaw.
It's not.
It's not Jigsaw, so thank you for putting that one there.
That's a good start.
I was actually thinking it was either Saw 3 or Saw 6. No, it definitely wasn't Saw 6, because, okay. Oh, I want to say Saw 3.
Are we locking in A, Saw 3 as the highest box office receipts out of those 4?
Oh, it's either Saw 3 or Saw 1, but I feel like I read something saying that Saw 3 smashed it.
Oh, okay, interesting. Pretty, nice little piece of trivia, maybe. Would
Saw
you like
3.
to use your lifeline, or you want to go?
Saw 3.
Saw 3. We're locking in A, Saw 3. The answer is A, Saw 3.
I'm good at this.
Yeah, well done. Okay, that was a bit more of a curveball.
That was a curveball one.
That was a slightly tougher one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay, working along really well. Moving along. Question 3. How long did filmmaking take for the first Saw film? All right, now don't answer straight away. We're going to give them a moment.
Okay.
We got A, 3 months, B, 21 months, C, 18 days, or D, 72 hours. All right, now we're giving you a chance to answer at home first. And I feel like maybe you're confident with this one?
I am pretty confident with this one.
What do you got? What do you got?
18 days.
18 days. We're locking in C, 18 days. The answer is 18 days. Absolutely. Now, if you're a real Saw fan, you should know this.
Yes.
The film was made on a shoestring budget.
18 days. Fun fact, Leigh Whannell and James Wan actually had to go back after filming a few times to refilm some scenes. So there are certain scenes where Leigh Whannell is portraying a few different characters. He's portraying Shawnee Smith in one of them, where he's rummaging through the guts to get the key out. And he's also plays Detective Tapp in one of them as well. Yeah, so a few shots that they had to refilm just because they had such short amount of time.
Mate, she's going in for the bonus points.
I am. Do I get bonus points for that?
Technically, bonus points here. We've had it. So yeah, it was shot on an absolute shoestring budget. It was shot in a crazy small schedule, and they did cut out a lot of what was in the script, in the original script. We might talk about that in a later video, but the original script did have a lot more going for it.
Leigh just didn't think it was possible in that.
Yeah, well, look, it wasn't, right?
Yeah,
it was a very short time frame, and they cut it down. They still managed to pull it off. A lot of people say that. I think it was Kevin Gruder who did the editing. Yep. The editing really helped that movie sort of become such a classic. But amazing work in 18 days, and well done on the answer, of course. Moving on to question 4. Who played the character Detective David Tapp? Now, again, we'll give him a chance to answer it. I'm sure this one you should know from the Saw franchise. David Tapp was played by either A, Morris Chestnut, B, Danny Glover, C, Michael Ealy, or D, Billy D. Williams.
You don't understand how much I just want to shout at you every time
I
you
know,
answer
this is why I'm
I
stopping
don't
you
even
for a
want to let
moment.
you finish. I'm just like, ah!
All right, these guys are going to be able to pick their answers first, all right? They're going to answer.
Yep.
Well,
It's B. Danny Glover.
B, Danny Glover. And I would hope that you would get this right, of course. Danny Glover, a phenomenal.
I think some of the newer fans might struggle.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is a question which I would hope that you would know.
Yeah.
For sure. Anybody who's a fan of the franchise, he's a very big actor. Danny Glover has been in a lot of movies. A fantastic guy. Like, he's great in everything.
Yep.
And if you don't know who he is, definitely check out more of his movies. But
he did a great job.
Yeah, he did a great job. And of course, James Wan and basically got, if you've ever seen behind the scenes, James Wan mentioned that it was a dream come true to work with Carrie Elways and Danny Glover.
Mm-hmm.
These are great big actors. They've this is his first ever feature film, and he's working with huge names. So big deal to have an amazing cast in the Saw film. And we have less big names as we go along in the franchise.
Yep.
Kind of weird, but they had a great start, so that's great. Moving along to question 5. In Saw 5 and Saw 6, what was the hospital which treated several surviving victims of John Kramer? All right, so this may not jump at you straight away, but we do have...
It'll come out when you say
that. We do have 4 options here, so hope is not lost completely yet. We have A, Seaside Wellness Centre, B, St. Eustace Hospital.
That's not it.
C, Seattle Grace Hospital, or D, Eastman Medical Center.
They all sound wrong.
They all sound pretty
they
wrong.
All sound
These are
wrong.
This is a pretty generic. These are pretty generic names out there. So this is a bit of a tougher one.
Can you say them again?
Yes, of course. All right. We're gonna go over these answers again. For you playing at home, I'll have the answers on the screen.
I feel like one stuck out more, but
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Go again.
This might be a tougher one for you. A, Seaside Wellness Center. B, St. Eustace Hospital. C, Seattle Grace Hospital, or D, Eastman Medical Center.
I want to say A.
Seaside Wellness Center.
I mean, it like that flows more than anything else.
That sounds like a real place.
Yeah.
I mean, it does. They all kind of sound like real places,
I don't
think.
know. I don't think it's that, but the others just sound like it's definitely not them.
It just don't ring any bells.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody mentions the name specifically audibly or if it's just written like on the building.
I feel like it had a C though.
This one's thrown a bit of a curveball at
That's
you.
throwing a curveball.
Bit of a tougher one. Are you going with your instincts on this one?
I'm just gonna say A.
We're locking in A, Seaside Wellness Center. The answer is B, St. Eustace Hospital.
And I'm pretty sure that was the one that I
That's
said.
the one
That's not it.
You're very confident it wasn't it. Yes. We've trumped you already. All right, we finally got there. Question 5 was the one that took you. Look, you're doing well. That's only one.
I got taken out, but it's fine.
That was close. I knew this one might be a trickier one. You have to have read the name very closely to remember, because obviously not a plot point.
Let's be honest, there were other things to pay attention to.
There's a lot more to pay attention to. But well, great piece of trivia for you guys.
Wow,
as well.
I got one wrong.
There you go.
Interesting.
So that was a tougher one. I've got to say, obviously a tougher one, not a character question or anything
See
like
the
that.
hardcore fans screaming at me already.
Somebody at home's got that right, and they're very pleased with
yeah,
themselves.
And when I said, "Oh, that's not that one,"
they're
they were
like,
ah.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. But how many people would have known that? Not many people. Not many people. No, you
You'd
reckon?
be surprised.
All right, this one I reckon, and I maybe just because I've been doing a bit of editing, I know it, but like this one I think you should know. It's not tough. I don't think it's hard anyway. So
Okay, here we go.
All right, this one is. So
Put me under pressure now.
Oh, I reckon you'll get this. Number 6 is in the Saw bathroom. What was the symbol on the toilet? All right, now give the audience obviously a chance to answer. So A, an X, B, a heart, C, a star, or D, a zigzag.
I feel like most people should know this one.
Most people should know this. Now, I don't look. We say that, but to be honest, unless you've probably watched it recently or paying attention, because it's not a big plot point or anything.
I can remember on the tape them whispering the whispering and how they find what's in the toilet. It's B.
It's B.
Follow your heart.
A heart. There you go. Well, do you think without the tape you wouldn't have put that answer in there?
No,
Can you
I
visibly
think I
see
would
it still
remember
in your
because
mind?
I'm pretty certain as well that it's on the Scary Movie toilet as well.
Oh,
in
really?
Scary Movie, and I've seen that movie quite a bit of times as well.
All right. Well, locking in B, a heart, and as you know, it is correct. It is B, a heart. And I remember this specifically just because I've been editing a lot of, especially Saw 2, when Daniel Matthews heads back into the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's the part where they kept showing the dead body of Adam, and they pass the toilet, and it just keeps showing the shot with the heart on it. So it sort of stands out in my mind just for that reason.
Yeah. Okay.
But good piece of trivia. But not too hard at all. Moving along to question 7. This one could be tough, but I don't think it's that hard. All right, let's see how you go. Which company does William Easton...
Oh, no, this isn't hard. Go, continue.
Just a side note, who is William Easton for people playing at home?
William Easton is the health insurance guy from Saw 6 that messes over John.
The main target for the Jigsaw games in Saw 6. Which company does William Easton work for? Now, your options are A, Umbrella Health, B, Umbrella Insurance, C, Umbrella Corporation, or D, Umbrella Dilemmas.
Well, it's A.
We're locking in A, Umbrella Health?
Yeah.
I hope you guys have fancied A at home because it's A, Umbrella Health. Did you second guess for a moment there?
When you said Umbrella Insurance, I was like, oh, no, but I specifically remember them saying Umbrella Health, on the phones and stuff. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Umbrella Health, that could have tripped you up. I think being that you've watched it a couple of times recently probably helps a lot. Awesome. Okay. Question 8. What relationship do William Easton and Pamela Jenkins have? A, husband and wife, B, having an affair, C, work colleagues, or D, brother and sister?
It's having an affair. I'm kidding. It's brother and sister.
We're locking in D, brother and sister?
Yes.
That is correct. D, brother and sister. Very good.
I know.
And I think that's pretty good because, I couldn't even tell you if you asked me who Pamela Jenkins was.
Really?
Yeah, I mean.
I know these names.
You've watched it that many times.
Next video, we're going to stop the multiple choice because I'm too good at this.
You say that and then you're going to be wishing you had multiple choice, because this is episode 1. This is easy time.
Okay,
right?
I suppose so.
But even that I thought, obviously could have been a guesswork, but, well done. Very, very confident.
I still got one wrong, so I can't talk too much.
Look, that was, it was bound to happen one, right? I'd like to know how everyone at home's going, to be honest. All right, question 9. Question 9 is, how much money did Spiral, should be easy, Book of Saw make at the box office?
Should be easy.
This one, I feel like you should know because Spiral was famously a bust.
I know that, but I could not, I'm lucky it's multiple choice because I could not even...
Changed your mind quite quickly.
Yeah, I did. I could not even tell you.
Okay. The options are A, 19 million, B, 38 million, C, 56 million, or D, 87 million.
19 million.
We're going with A, 19 million.
19 million.
Locking it in?
Locking it in.
At the box office, Spiral.
Can't tell me you made more than that.
Made B, $38 million.
No way. No way. That is way too lenient.
It was still enough to be a box office bust because the other films made a lot more money. And when you add not just the budget, but the advertising and all that sort of stuff, it lost money.
I was thinking 18 million. For some reason that was jumping out to me. But yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, quite a guess. There you go.
Maybe I just hate Spiral too much. Yeah.
you were just
even consider the fact that it could be anything higher than the lowest one.
No hope in the film, so you were just like, I couldn't have made any money.
Yeah.
If you'd said 50 cents, I would have gone with that. Just the worst.
Absolutely.
The worst option.
Okay.
So there you go. That was a tough one.
Yep.
Surprisingly.
Was a tough one.
You might have to.
I was confident that it was 19 million too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. See, you got the trivia around the money. You've seen the movies a million times, but the trivia around the actual performance of the films is a bit of a tough one.
I got the Saw 3 box office.
Yeah, you did very well. You did very well with that. That's true. But the
specific figures are a bit more hard.
They are hard, of course. They are very hard. At the end of the day, it's a bit of a guess with that. I thought that one was a slightly easier one because if you asked about the others, it's they're all around maybe 100 million or whatever, and it's all pretty arbitrary, I suppose. But Spiral, if you look at the stats, it stands out a bit more being a much smaller number, so it kind of sticks out in your mind a bit more, 30-something. Anyway.
Cool.
At least you had a good try. Anyway, finally, we are finishing up, and I'm glad you mentioned that you don't like Spiral because this is a Spiral question.
Great.
So
awesome.
It is.
So it's another one I'm going to get wrong.
Well, we'll see. This is about one of the characters in the film, so realistically...
Don't ask me Shank's real name because I could not tell you. I always get that wrong. What's his name? William Shank? Is that his name?
Well, yeah. What else would it be?
Well, no, because he goes by another name the whole time.
Nah, don't worry. It's not about William Shank.
Okay, cool.
But it's not about a main character either. No, but look,
Great.
all right, let's see how we go. Okay.
Okay.
Again, we'll give the audience a chance to finish up. In this one, question 10, what was the name of Samuel Jackson's character in Spiral Book of Saw? I thought this one might be interesting for you. Is it A, Marcus Banks, B, Barry Banks, C, John Banks, or D, Aaron Banks?
Okay, I know the answer.
Yeah, what is it?
It's A.
A, we're locking in A, Marcus Banks. How confident are you?
Just because my dad's Detective Marcus Banks. I remember that line. I remember that line.
Took you a moment and you're like, hang on a minute, I remember that.
As soon as you said the like A, I was like, oh, okay, it's A. Like that just stood out to me.
See, if it wasn't multiple choice,
yeah,
you would have had a tough time. But that's how we play the game. It's a lot of fun.
That is
and of course, it is A, Marcus Banks. So very good performance. We ended up with 8 out of 10 there.
Cool, I'm happy with that.
That's a pretty great performance.
Should have been 10 out of 10 considering it was supposed to be easy, but like that's
Look,
okay.
it was we couldn't be too easy. I looked into trivia before, obviously having all the questions, and geez, I tell you what, if you start looking up questions or trivia about Saw, most of the trivia questions are easy. You know, most websites are just like, who played Dr. Gordon? Or like, who is Jigsaw? Like, just dumb stuff. So we had to put a couple of ones that were a bit trickier in there, make it a bit more fun. But we would love to
see like your authentic scores, because I'd like to see how many. Yes, that's
right. I hope that you guys didn't cheat at home and you did pick answers. I know sometimes maybe if you didn't get quite a chance to answer before Zoe, but let's just hope we get some real scores in the comments there. I'd love to hear it if anybody did get 10 out of 10, because I feel like that's quite a feat.
I'm sure there was a few of you.
I don't know. If you could get 10 out of 10, like considering how you've watched all the films recently, if you could get 10 out of 10 and beat your score, that's pretty impressive. So maybe we'll have to do a live one on the show once. If someone reckons they can get 10 out of 10, we'll do a real trivia, real test of it. But that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I learned some new things. I learned that Spiral's budget box office numbers were 38 million. That is insane.
And the name of the hospital?
Can't tell you.
Can't tell you.
Something about a saint. Saint something
Eustace.
Hospital. Saint Eustace. Saint Eustace
and
Hospital.
It wasn't Seaside. There you go.
Seaside.
So look, we'll have to do this again. We can always make these questions a bit tougher. There's plenty of other films obviously to talk about. But that was a lot of fun, and I hope you guys had a good time playing along as well.
I know I did.
That's for sure. Let us know how you went. Obviously in the comments, we would love to see what you thought of those questions. Maybe you thought they were a bit too easy, but don't worry, they're only going to get harder.
Harder ones are coming.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.
See you later, guys.